Okay, where's my red dot? Funny. Okay, we'll have to redo that. What's up, Sir Tilt? How you doing, buddy? Right now, a little to the left. About to go to sleep. I know, Cookie. I know. I went upstairs and my kid was watching TV and my wife was in the shower. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to hang out with my family. So I figured I would just do some of this. Yo, Freakerous, thank you for the sub, buddy. 21 months. Absolutely crazy that some of you guys have been with me that long. Night, Sir Tilt. Have a large Sirmia populated dreams. Hello, Chloe Excellencia. That's quite a name. Wait. I fucking gotta go get my eyes checked. That says Chloe Valencia. Although Chloe Excellencia is pretty fucking unhinged. Oh, man. I'm so tired. My contacts are... I don't know. I gotta go get my eyes checked again. Hey, Beardy. What's up, buddy? Yo, save. It's going to be a short one. We're just going to go over the tier lists. Get my prep work done, then maybe I can make some more videos tonight, right? Because holy crap, it's a lot of videos. This is such a Smilegate thing. They're like, here's 3 months of no content, and now you got to make like 25 videos in 3 days. Yeah, that was, I spent 4.5 to 5 hours making that video, Rez. That was not an easy video to make. That was a lot of info to go over, scrub through, look really closely at screenshots to try to make sure I wasn't missing something. I think I got it all. I hope I did. I'm sure I'll get flamed in the comments if I got something wrong. What do I think about the new era update? I like it. It's, yeah. It's not quite as far-reaching as the Origins update, but I like a lot of what it's bringing. There's a couple of things in it that are concerning to me, but we'll see how it pans out. Pound for pound, I think it will bring in new players, and that's what we need more than anything is new players. Hey, Azeron. You guys know you could look back and forth in the guild? I'm still amazed that I didn't find this out until very recently. What's up, Qtaku? There's a red dot over my sanctuary and nobody will tell me why. Why is there a red dot in my sanctuary? Okay, I did my summons. I did my arena. Did I do my arena? Oh, I got 5 more to do in the arena. Okay, hang on. Notification box. Storage. Event ending. Ah, Slamio Heart of Orbis is going away. Did you just fix it? Oh, my man. Thanks, Freakerous. What kind of tier list are we doing? All of them. All the tier lists. All of them. Maybe you got a new penguin slider? Don't mess with my emotions, Beardy. Why did I... God damn it, Tristen. Tier list about tier lists. Found out players from 2026 get 10 ML5s. I made my account 1 week before. Fun fact, Azeron, you get 10 ML5s too. Congratulations. The only difference is when a new player summons an ML5, it will put up 3 units. Bam, 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 and you get to select one of those 3. 3 random units, you get to select one of those 3. That's how the new player's ML5s work. You just do a summon, you get an ML5. That's it. You are not cooked. That's the only difference, is they get a somewhat of a selector. Not really a selector. It generates 3 random and they can pick, and it's done that way so that they can try to avoid dupes or try to avoid trash. Whereas if you get a dupe, you get coins, and you can use those coins to buy an ML5 selector ticket. So, yeah. I think you're actually in a better space if you're a veteran player this time around. So, congratulations. So, who should new players select? Funny you should ask, Beardy. That might just be the topic of today's tier lists. No, newbies need to avoid dupes. Can you imagine, like, pulling up to this and you get freaking Martial Artist Ken, Astromancer Elena, Operator Sigrid, and then you pull another Martial Artist Ken? You'd flip the table, you'd be so pissed. They need to be able to get units that are usable. Whereas if we get those, it sucks, but they're probably dupes anyway, and we'll get some currency, and we can go get a selector. Why ML Ken? Because he's not bad. He's just not. He's bad. Let's call a duck a duck. He's kind of bad, but he's not unusable. There are worse. I was just throwing him out there as an example because Smilegate did in the video, and I've spent the past several hours combing through that video. But yeah, if we get dupes, we not only get the dupe, we not only get the galaxy coins, but we also get these glory coins, and the stuff in the glory coin shop, limited selector tickets, bottles of knowledge, unknown slates, an ML5 selector ticket. It's fucking stacked. I would rather have access to that than the extra molas and selectors that new people get. We def getting galaxy coins too. It's a ticket, therefore it is a summon, so theoretically you should, but don't know. It's a new system. We'll have to see. Do you think this update is going to be the best part of the year? No. Anniversary is usually better. Or on par. But we'll see. For me, the gear is the most important. We get to... Ooh. That was awkward. We get to choose... It's fucking... Bois Young just shot right into his ass. Oh, and I'm out of freaking... You know what? I got 5 quick battles. It's by 5 flags while we keep yapping about this. You know what I hope I get from the ML5's more shoes? Wow! Okay. I can't fight that team. What was I thinking? What was I talking about? Galaxy Coins, fair point. Hope they work at next. Yeah. Thanks for the videos and the upcoming event breakdown. You're welcome. Let me know if you see anything in there that is off. That was an insane amount of information to digest. I worked really hard on it, but I cannot guarantee that it is 100% accurate. And just let me know if there's something wrong, and I will make posts and patch. Do we know the next Galaxy rotation? No, we'll find that probably out. Let's see here. Where is it? Shop. Galaxy coins. We'll find that out in probably about 1 day and 18 hours, give or take. It's always the last day, right? So we always get it with the Wednesday news drop. They don't let you know until last minute. They don't want you to plan. If you are confused about what you get from this event, go watch that video. But I will tell you, yes, new players and veterans both get 10 summons. New players just have a kind of a guardrail around it where each ticket gives them 3 options and they can select one of those 3 options. That's how their tickets work. Our tickets are just normal tickets. If you get a dupe, you get a dupe. But if you get a dupe, you also get some glory coins. But everybody walks away from this with a minimum of 10 ML5s. Video breaks it down, goes into all of it. It's only 30 minutes. Not even 30 minutes, like 28.76 minutes. So for veterans, Dark Qua or Lone Crescent Bologna. LCB's easier to build, and she's really good in Notos. Dark Qua is better in more places, but harder to build. If you have got the ability to build a strong Hot Topic Hua Young, I would get her. But Lone Crescent Bologna and her are really hecking close. I mean, let's be honest, I wouldn't kick either of them out of bed. Just get both. There, I solved your problem. Just get both. Easy game. Not bad for 5 hours of work. Okay, let's take a minute and go over this, guys. Let's see. We're going to slide over to the Cecilia bot and pull up the tier list maker. Let's see. New hero tier list. I don't like that gem sitting there. Let's refresh this. Hey, it's Aether. Okay. So this is going to be our limited hero. Super, ultra, mega, number 1. Bestest tier list ever. I think that is a pretty reasonable, humble title, right? Okay, so let's get some stuff out of the way. First of all, not available. Okay, let's filter this up here, and we're just going to look at limited heroes only. So not available ought to be pretty easily. First, we know that this is not what I meant to hit. Hang on. Filter. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so... Oh, you know what? We should do this too. Because they're giving us a bunch of limited heroes for free. And we don't want to be like, hey, everybody should get themselves a young Senya when they're giving young Senya for free, right? And then we'll have a... we need an A, B, C, D tier. So how about... Let's see... What do we do? We can go... Sexy, solid, mid, ass. I think that's pretty straightforward, guys. You think that's good enough? You think everybody's going to get it? The tiers might be a little bit confusing, but I think that's going to about cover it. What's up, Issa? To where? Okay. We're running out of daylight, but Let me finish up down here, and we'll see if we can find some more. All right. How about must have, good? Isn't that what I just said? Must have, good, etc., etc. Okay, so the free units we get, right? We get for free Senya, Flan, Ahmed. Who else? Was it? It wasn't Tori. It was Senya, Flan, Ahmed. There was two others. Landy. There's one other. Who's the other free one? Who watched my video? Renak. Okay, so these are the free ones, right? So we don't want to recommend people pull these because they are for free. And the not available ones, this is going to be a little bit tricky because we don't know for sure on the limiteds. We know that Somalia, or that, sorry, we know that Perfumer Biblis is definitely not available, and it is really, really, really unlikely that they're going to let us have Hecate and Flagbearer Sigrid. They're probably going to be not available. The big question is, will they let us have Aram and Argent Waves Hua Young? Traditionally, if the unit has to have had 2 banners to be available on these kind of summons, but they went and kind of crapped all over that with Renak. Are the free limiteds only for new players? No, they're for everybody. I'm pretty sure they're for, yeah, they're definitely for everybody. You know how I know they're for everybody? Check it. Where is it? Martial art. Right here. Look at that. See that right there? See number 6? That's the glory coins. The glory coins that only veterans can get. And there's Landy, a limited unit on the pass that's queued for veterans. So yeah, should be good. If they're available, they're here. Right? Hands down, they're here. If they're available. I think with us rolling into summer, they're going to want new players to go ham on these units in summer. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to be available. So I'm just going to put them up here, but we won't know until we see the pass and we see what the limited selectors offer. I'm basing this off of the limited selector tickets that are available from the Carrot event. So I'm just going to run on the assumption that there'll be new summer units. Of course, every year there's new summer units and a rerun of the old summer units every year. Or at least a custom group summon that is a rerun of the old summer units. Okay, Blooming Litica. Blooming Litica is indeed sexy, but she's just not a very good unit. I mean, you will find some uses for her. Maybe mid, right? She's pretty good with Harseti and stuff. How do you guys feel about Blooming Litica? Is this unit ass or just mid? Discuss amongst yourselves while I move on to the next one. Biblis is definitely ass. Biblis has got one really good use. Do you know what Biblis's really good use is? Anybody want to guess what the meta use for Biblis is? That's right, an imprint for the new Biblis. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pull her down. Cerise used to be one of the most sought-after units for expeditions, but we found so many ways to beat Expo without her now. I don't think she has a place in the game anymore. Diane is the sexiest MILF in the game. We put her atop of the tier. Fairy Tale Tenebria, mid or ass? What do you guys think? Mid or ass for Fairy Tale Tenebria? You think mid? I'm kind of leaning towards some ass on her. Pep thinks ass. Pep and I agree. Okay, you know what? We'll leave her in mid. We'll leave her in mid. Festive Ida. I think Diane and Ida are right next to each other in the sexy tier. Frida cannot be sexy just because it's Frida. Holiday Euphine, I think is kind of mid. I think she's kind of mid. Laia used to be like one of the best damn things out there, but really, I think she's kind of mid. I think she's fallen off a lot. Anybody want to argue with me over Laia being in mid tier? Even on Warfare set, she's just not pulling up the way she used to. Just she fell off hard. Lethe has had a huge glow up. I think we're going to definitely leave her in solid. Luna, for the love of God, Smilegate, buff this unit. Galililius, she is niche solid. Oh, sorry, Luna belongs down here. She is niche solid, but I think she is kind of mid now. Don't you guys think? I need you guys to like pop up in chat. I'm going to occasionally peek over at chat because we got to breeze through these quickly. I'm going to occasionally peep over at chat and see if you guys agree with me or if you think something should change. Lulakar is just kind of mid. Seaside Bologna, she does have some PvE usages. You think Gala is solid with Lace build? Hang on, I just got 3 more and then we'll discuss. Break Charlotte is way better than people give her credit for. Isaria can be used, but it's kind of mid. She's very situational. And Tori, I think she's better than people give her credit for. Okay. Limited tier list, guys. What do you think? What do we need to change and move? Let's just move this down here. And okay, there we go. Any thoughts? We have one person saying that we should pull Gala up to solid. I'm looking at what's in solid and I'm struggling to put Gala kind of up there with it. You know, I'm looking at who else would be in the tier. I love Lilius, so she's solid. I'm biased. Blooming Mitica. So, how do you guys feel about this? Is this going too far, or does this feel right to you? Why Summer Break Charlotte solid, not mid? Because she's really good in RTA, she's really good in Arena, and she's really good in Abyss. She's a very good unit. I don't know what to tell you. No redheads at the top. Kian's close, right? She's a ginger, kinda, maybe sorta, if you turn your head and squint and put on rose-tinted glasses. Wow, isn't it crazy that other than Tenebria, who's more pink than red, there are no limited redheads? Why does Smilegate hate redheads? Good list, Glad. Okay, but really, Luna and Blitica, these are the only 2 that we moved up. Do you think this is more right? This is 1. This is 1. This is 2. Put it in chat. 2 or 1? 2, 1. I think the ones have it. It's a little contested. Okay, guys. Let me screenshot this here real quick. Copy. Okay. Super ultra mega awesome bestest tier list ever for limiteds done. Next. Give me a second here. Shuffling all my notes. Give me a second, guys. Too many fucking monitors. Okay. That's not what I was looking for. Why am I not finding my list? YouTube chat's not forever ignored. I'm trying to find something on my computer. Cool your jets. There we go. Holy shit. Okay, where were we? Let me see. My ophthalmologist is telling me my vision sucks. Welcome to my world. That's why redheads are having a hard time. You are not kidding. You forgot Bigley. I did not forget Bigley. Welcome back. Definitely picking Luna or DN. Luna, I want Luna to be so good. The problem is Luna came out in 2018 and she's had very few buffs since then. Her kit is really dated. She kind of needs a major overhaul to her kit to be insane. Where's my Luna skin? Damn fine question. Okay, so we've done limited heroes. So let's do the same thing here. Give me a second. Add some rows, and we'll do sexy, solid, mid, ass. Okay, guys, this is going to be our no longer limited. This is going to be our Covenant Hero Super Ultra Mega Bestest #1 tier list ever. So let's go ahead. Let's get rid of the collabs. Oh, wait. No limited or collab. Okay, I can just do that. Perfect. Okay. Can I change solid to thick? No, because Frida's in there, and it's not going to happen. You sick bastards. All tier lists are for new players, naturalists. I mean, not all. There's two kinds of people that look at tier lists. New players and people who want to have their opinions validated. That's kind of the rule of thumb, right? Because if you're a 6 or 7 year vet, you don't need a tier list to tell you who to summon for. You know what you're doing. You know what your account needs. You know what you want to build. That's so I was kind of trying to approach it that way. All right, so let's see. Who are the free heroes that we get? We get Bomb Model Kana for free. Oh, hang on. Let me just do red, green, and blue. And 5-star. Let me see. Aki. There's no way Aki will be available. We get Surmia for free. Let's see. I wish we got Fene for free. We get Mort for free now. Remember, because with the limited units, when they give you Young Senya, they're also giving you Mort with Young Senya. Isn't that crazy? Who else we got that's free? Saria is probably not available because Saria came out after Setsuka. I don't know. You guys think Saria will be available? Maybe. I don't think so, though. Yuna's definitely free. Xeno is not available. Vivian is free. Tamarin is free. There's no way Tactical Kali will be available. Okay, I think I think that's about it. If we miss somebody else, we'll come across them. Yeah, got Yuna. Got Yuna. Sigrid's, yeah, if you do the hunt missions, you get Sigrid for free. Xeno's kind of free. He's not a banner unit. You can't summon him with tickets, so therefore he is not available because he's not a summonable unit. But you know what here? There, does that make you happy? He is free and not available. Oh, Brieg. Thank you. Brieg's free. All right, I think that's it, guys. So, I'm gonna get pushed back on this. I think Abigail's solid. I think for a new player, she is actually key to doing low-level arena and guild wars. I think she is way better. You grow out of her, but I think she's insane. Alencia, likewise, I think is solid, especially with all the new young Senyas that are going to be out there. People are going to see a lot of Senya. Even though she's a redhead, she is ass. I really need to do something for her. Arya, I think she's solid. Oh, good call. Isaria is also free. I think Arya is pretty good. Early on, easy access to hunts, usable in a lot of abyss floors. Low-level RTA, maybe if you're coping, sure. Arunka's just ass. I'm not going to say she's good because of Rift, because Rift goes away. Probably not too long from now. Ballin Sazan is ass. He has one use. He's got one use, and that is in expeditions, and he's replaceable. Will Light Tenebria be available in the ML summons? We will get to that next. But the answer is yes. Oh, good call. Ruiza, not available. Okay. Basar is just bad. Bihu is actually really good. Bologna. I'm going to put Bologna down in mid. She's really good in Abyss. She's a really good farmer, but she is not that usable outside of those two kind of areas. Brigida is mid. She used to be ass, but now she's actually kind of okay. Cecilia. How are we feeling about Cecilia, guys? I think Cecilia is just mid. There's going to be people who say she's ass, but that's just because of Brieg. There are certain places where, yeah, she's not Fire Kraus, she's Fire Brieg. Celine's sexy as hell, and you'll never talk me out of that. Charles is... Normally Charles would be ass, but because of constellations and also because he is really good in a lot of Hall of Trials, he shows up there often, so we'll leave him in mid. Charlotte's one of the best damn units in the game. I mean, she is sexy if you're into really big foreheads. Chloe is... I'm sorry, guys. Chloe's just ass. People are like, but she's got the buff and she can do things. No. Stop it. She's not good. The rat's kind of mid. Mid is ass, but less ass. Ass means they really need a buff. They've got no places in the game. Mid means you can use them in certain places in the game. There may be better options. You're probably not taking them into RTA, but you know they're okay. Just like Command Model Leica, there's better, faster openers. Destina, any unit that can bring things back to life, I think is a must-have for new players. I think Destina pays off in dividends when you're in Arena or in Abyss and in early PvP. Ida just doesn't have the damage to swing in a modern world, so she's kind of mid. Elena. I think Elena might be a damn near must-have. What do you guys think? I think Elena's... Now, she's no Elena's mom. Top of solid? I don't know, guys. Really? In this day and age? Are you really wanting her in? I mean, look at the units that are down there in solid and think about Elena. What do you guys think? 1 for solid, 2 for sexy. And I really want you to look at what other units are in the tier with them and think about it. One for sexy, 2 for solid. I think that's what I said, right? 1 for sexy, 2 for solid. Okay. 2s have it. We will come back and think about it again. We'll touch this up at the end here, guys. We aren't married to anything yet. Oh, a lot of 1s coming in last minute now. Okay. We'll come back and retouch it in just a minute. The goat. I think the goat's pretty solid. I don't think he's a must-have, but I also don't think the goat is mid. Okay, you guys are not going to agree with me on this one. I think in a world where everybody's going to have young Senya, you're going to need Elvira. Fight me. Yeah. People are going to say, isn't Urvalin the same as Charles? No. Charles gets called on for Hall of Trials, Urvalin doesn't. Charles is better in constellations. Urvalin is good there, but Urvalin's replaceable. Charles really isn't. I'm going to put Urvalin down in ass. Prince Joffrey ass. Fenne's just terrible. Nobody should pull this unit. Everybody agrees with me on that, right? Hard agree. Fenne ass. Hey, the noble Silas. Thank you for the buff. I had you at first, did I? That was good. Fenris is a really solid damage dealer, but his uses are almost exclusively PvE, whereas everyone else has some PvP usages. So I think I'm going to put him at the top of mid. He's like a Sirmia level damage dealer, but he's not somebody you're going to take into all aspects of the game, whereas the solid units, I think the solid and sexy tier, what defines them over the mid and ass tier is they occasionally show up in RTA. Not often, but they can. Fenris is more anti-Kali in RTA. Okay, any sexy elf ranger fans out there think Fenris needs to move up? Otherwise, I'm just gonna leave him at the top of mid. Didn't Joffrey get beat up by a little Arya? At least Urvalin would cut her to pieces. Yeah, Urvalin would never have drank that poison, I'm telling you. He's the prettiest mid-elf ranger I've ever seen. Okay, Flan is just bad, guys. Nobody uses Flan. Fumir's tricky. I'm going to put her in solid. She is a hard-to-use unit, but when she is played correctly and when people have a brain around them and use her, she can do some stuff. She's definitely a thinking man's unit. She's not just mash buttons and win. Crow. He fell off pretty freaking hard. I'm putting GCK down here in mid, guys. That's going to hurt a lot of people's hearts, but I will need to have somebody pitch a pretty good reason why he should be out of mid, other than just his artifact is nuts. Haste is mid as hell. He's a PvE only unit. Hua Young, as much as I love this girl, I think if your name is not Loki, you kind of agree she's mid. You can, through gear, you can do some insane shit with Red Hua, but I don't think in this economy I could go so far as to put her up there with those other units. Slander. Ilanov is just bad. Wukong is a solid damage dealer. He's good in PvE. You can build him as anti-strays. There's a lot of places for him. He's one of those tech picks that he's not super useful on his own, but the diversity of builds and the diversity of applications he can put in, it just makes him a solid unit to have. He's a great tool for the toolbox. Janua. I think there is so much anti-pen and evasion out there that he's fallen down to just solid. I don't think he is gothically sexy anymore. What do you guys think? Are returning players going to get Renok Firefly? Yes. Based on... I am basing it on this image right here, which is clearly a returner veteran account because number 6 has got glory coins, and glory coins are not available to new players. And then Landy is number 7. So that to me says the limiteds go to everybody. We will find out for sure on the 2nd. We're making a lot of assumptions. Kane is just still the worst unit in the game. Kawaric is mid as hell. Kayron. Kayron is a solid anti-cleave option, but there are lots of other anti-cleave options. It hurts me almost as much as Hua Young, but I think I'm going to put Kayron down in mid. Now, Kayron does have one really good use. Anybody know what that one really good use for Kayron is? Anybody? Come on, this one's an easy one. Imprint for upcoming ML Kayron. That's right. Oh my god. Ken used to be really good for hunts because of the defense break into his extra attack, but that era has passed us. Kisei is surprisingly solid, especially after her buffs. I think the insanity of this unit has just kind of gotten overshadowed by Notos and all the wild stuff going on. What new Kayron? Are you having me on for a bit here, Beardy? Do you really not know what new Kayron? The entire story of Epic 6 is, you know, Dark Priest Kayron and Altar Boy Ludwig. I'm uncomfortable now. Let's talk about something else. Anything else. Okay. Yowza. Ice Crowl is the definition of mid. He's really nice bait for Renok in Guild War, but really now there's just easier ways to handle Renok in Guild War. Lidica fell off harder than just about any freaking unit in the game. Right now, you can still use her in very rare situations. She's a powerhouse in Abyss Floor. She makes a couple of the Abyss Floors a joke. But, I ain't gonna go so far as to say her kid is ass anymore. It's just a lot of things counter her that are out there, but I think she's still... I mean, she ain't Ervalin, guys. She ain't Ervalin, right? Fire Lilius. Is Fire Lilius solid or mid, guys? I'm leaning towards mid. Yeah, I'm leaning towards mid for Fire Lilius. Same with Lilibet. Same with Lua. Ludwig's just ass. Lulica's really pretty ass. Melissa, again, unless you're Loki, so I'll put her right beside Hua-Young. Unless your name is Professor Loki, this unit's kind of ass. I expect a DM any second now from Loki saying, "The fuck is wrong with you?" Mui is terrible. Knockwall is kind of mid. I'll put her over here beside Lua. Blue Crow deserves better, but he really doesn't. His only real use is dealing with Renok in Guild Wars. I mean, look at the solid tier. I don't see him on par with these units. New Biblis plus Lilius, that's a cook. He is getting good for that one purpose, though, but it is a singular purpose. And if we're saying they're good for a singular purpose, then suddenly we're doing things like this. So yeah, I can't in good conscience do it. Yeah, I think there's better ways to handle Renok, honestly, than Crow. And people are making, with the pursuits especially, people are making strong enough Renoks that you better have a top fucking tier Crow to survive that shit. Pavel he's just ass. He's a Banshee killer, and who cares anymore? We quick battle and sweep that stuff. Peyra. Here's the problem with Peyra. Peyra's big thing is she's got this escort, right? But now escort transfers 40% damage. And I don't know about you guys, but I have not been able to keep fucking Peyra alive. It's so much damage transfer in her fragile little wolf ass, she explodes. I'm putting her down in mid. New players get so many units, including selectors now, that you can just pick around Luluka. She's one of those units that if she shows up, you're like, great, I got a nice tool that I'll replace later. I don't think we're in a world... I mean, you're right. Luluka is decent for new players early on, but not in the middle of the event that's going on right now, where oceans of units are going to flood you. That's kind of literally the generosity of this event has pushed her down, and this tier list is centered around the current event. Politis. Politis is solid as fuck. You know what? Politis is more than solid. Even though she's a mom, even though she's got 2 kids, I think she's still sexy. Don't you agree? They're the best tiers. They're the best tiers, only speak facts. You know it. Ran is broken. Anybody that doesn't think Ran is broken didn't play RTA last season. Ravi. I hate to say it. She's a solid bruiser and she can help some new players, but I think she's kind of mid. She'll definitely help new players clear some content, but so will lots of other stuff. Is the limited selector veteran exclusive? No, it's definitely out there for new players too. They specifically said new players don't just need ML5s, they need limiteds too. Ray is just kind of shitty Destina. Rowana. I still think Rowana is kind of a must-have unit, guys. She's so freaking important, and Bellion and Harsetti, she's really good into those units. I don't think there'll ever be a world where she's not a sexy. I mean, she has got... Look, you gonna tell me this girl doesn't belong in the sexy tier? What's wrong with you? She got more thigh meat than a bucket of KFC. Okay. Rabino. She used to be ass, but I think with her buffs, she's not terrible now. But I think she's okay. What's the criteria here? Just SABC, really. I just thought it would be funny to give them funny tier lists, right? But yeah, tier lists are always with the angle of what should new players get, what are good for new players, right? It's not that, you might be like, oh, you can't recommend Rand to a new player, they don't have the speed to build it. Dude, they have made the gear system so much more obtainable that what used to be like you won't be able to use this unit for a year is turning into you won't be able to use this unit for 6 months. And that's not a rough build time. So I'm no longer hitting this with the angle of, oh, but there's no way they'll be able to get the gear to build it. Dude, you can buy 20 speed pieces in shops with in-game currencies now. It's kind of crazy how much they're ramping things up. They're going to give us Astrium gear once a month and currency that lets us turn into otherworldly gear. It's a different world, and we kind of need to evolve with it. So these are just units that are really hecking good. Right now, coincidentally, the sexy and solid tier are both units that occasionally pop up in RTA, which is rare for RGBs. The mid are more PvE uses or just some niche use here or there, and the ass are just units that you're using them because it's a labor of love. There's somebody else above them that's going to be a better replacement. That's pretty much it. Schneal. Schneal was maybe down here, but I think I'm going to move Schneal up. with the new debuffs that are heading our way. I think Schneel's going to have a little bit of a resurgence, unlike Senya, who is absolutely dog water bad unit. Setska, I mean, come on, guys. That's a sexy damn unit. Blue Says is pretty solid. You can extinction, being able to blow things up, not caring about Penrez. Very, very good. You guys are going to yell at me for this, but I think Shroon is just dog water bad. I think she's just not good. If you want to try to talk me into moving Shroon up, better start writing your essay now, because I think she is just not a good unit. Sigrid's free. I don't know how we missed Sigrid. Free unit. Tehu Ass is kind of mid. With Through Gear, you can do some crazy things with Tehu, but not so much. Tenebria, I always used to group Tenebria and Lulika together because they're both kind of the same, right? They're both kind of like, their kits are, good, but there's usually somebody better. But here's the difference. Tenebria is best in slot for some Abyss floors. I've rediscovered this doing Abyss. Lulika, she's not best in slot anywhere. Tenebria gives you an alternative to Balances On for expeditions. Lulika's not good anywhere. She's good everywhere, but she's not great anywhere. So I'm going to put Tene up in mid. Surprise, surprise. Tywin, I think he's only good in expeditions. Vildred, not just for the speed imprint, but also his buffs. I think Vildred is one of the most impactful RGB RTA units since Setska, and he is good in other places as well. Vildred sitting there with Ran, two of the luckiest guys ever in that sexy tier. Oh, purple Grapehead. Grapehead is Grapehead mid or just ass, guys? I'm leaning towards ass. What do you guys think? Mid or ass for Grapehead? Okay, just immediately you guys ass. Euphene's okay. There's better options, but she's okay. Right? I don't think there's anything wrong with Euphene. You think? He has one use, and that is to meme. True. Yulha. I don't think Yulha's sexy, guys. I think she's just really fucking solid. She's a real, like, there are certain, they locked Strazen on 3. Well, then she is suddenly very sexy, but she's only situationally sexy, which is kind of the definition of solid, right? Sexy is sexy all the time. Situationally sexy is like, when they go to take their Instagram photo. Zahak's pretty mid. No, actually, Zahak's pretty solid. I'm going to leave Zahak up there. What do you guys think? How you guys feeling about this tier list? You like it? Anybody you think we should change? Anything you think we should move? Or are you feeling pretty good about this, guys? We are getting an ocean of selector and summon tickets. There's going to be limited selector tickets. There's going to be RGB selector tickets. There's going to be artifact selector tickets. There's going to be dozens of ML5 options and an ML5 selector ticket. So I'm just doing tier lists for fucking everything. So this is the RGB unit tier list. Non-limiteds. Janua mid because everything lately is anti-pen and evasion. And Janua sucks into both of those. So he's kind of lost a step. Ain't no way you're telling me to move Green Senya up to mid. Ain't no way. Wait, I didn't put her in mid, did I? No, she's right down here. Kay needs another fucking tier, lower tier. All right, we'll put him over here. Okay, so we've got the limited Cov Hero tier list done, and we got the non-limited Cov Hero tier list done. Let's go ahead and do the artifact one. fuck that. Let's do the ML one. What do you guys think? ML tier list? The ML tier list is going to be very useful because new players get 10 ML summons, and every time they do one of those summons, 3 heroes jump up and they get to pick them. So they're going to be very interested when they see those 3 and they go, oh, I've got an option of ML Ken, Boss Arunca, and Astromancer Elena. Which one should I pick? Tier lists are going to help those guys out, so they're guided into which one to pick, right? And for veterans, when they do the 10 summons, they're going to get a shit ton of dupes, which means they're going to get a shit ton of the glory coins, which means they can buy an ML selector, and they may want to look at a tier list and say, now I can choose which one I want. So I think a limited tier list for ML5s will be good for everyone. So let's go ahead and make one of those. Let me see how many people are really getting top 10? Oh yeah, for real, not me. Tori low-key peak now? Yep, I put her high up. Are they going to, let me see. Put every light knight in God tier. True. Okay, hang on. Not timeline. Tier list. Okay, new hero tier list. Okay, that's heckin' adorable. Solitaria tier list it is. And, we'll call this the Super Ultra Mega #1. Happy. Help me out here. I need a ML5 tier list. Okay. Humble as always. Let's just look at 5-star light dark heroes and no limited or collab. Woo! Okay, so we're going to be a little bit more legit on this because this one we can't really afford to fuck around too much. So the S tier, we're just going to call this really highly recommended. Recommended. God damn it. Recommended. I don't want to say must have because I don't think anything is truly a must have. So we're just going to say highly recommended. The A tier, this is going to be solid use. I'll explain how I'm going to define these tiers a little bit better. B, this is going to be the, you just love the unit, right? It maybe is not the best choice, but it's the choice for you because you are an absolute simp for this unit and you want to build it. So we'll just call this one a personal choice. C, we're going to call this niche use. Actually, very niche use. In their niche, they're S tier. Outside of their niche, they're D tier. You understand? Just because somebody is in the C tier doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they are situational. And in that situation, they may be amazing, but they're not first pick, right? And D tier is just not good or only used one way. Okay? Not good, or the unit's only really legitimately used one way in this game. And I guess, of course, we need the not available. These are units that are not even in the pool. We know the ML5 tickets only allow units that came before or Lady the Scales or before. So it's none of the ML5s after Lady the Scales. So we know you're not going to be able to use Salami. I got corrected on how to pronounce her name in my comments section, so forevermore I will call her Salami. And I'll teach you to correct my spelling. So no School Nurse Yuha, definitely no Shepherd of the Dark DN. You can't get Genesis Ross, so he's of course not available. Nonotos. Definitely no Monarch, and I think that's it. I think these are the only ones that are not available. Some mommy? Some mommies. Okay. I do like salami, but salami's pretty good too. Oh, goddamn, you guys are great. Okay, Abyssal Euphine, I think, is the quintessential very niche use, right? You're only picking her when the enemy is using lots of CR push against you, and other than that, she doesn't really have a place in the game. There was a time when she was a giga good damage dealer, and then even a giga good tank, but now she's just a counter CR pushing, and she's good in that niche, but I don't think you ever draft her normally. Let me explain this a little bit further. This tier, that tier is units you're going to first pick. And no matter what the enemy does, you can start drafting other units that will work with that first pick unit and can pivot into whatever the enemy's throwing up as second and third. Those units are your solid pick. These are the ones that you can literally pick into whatever your enemy is throwing up to synergize with your highly picked. And then personal choices, there's probably better options, but you're like Kev Strife playing Stark. You're like Loki playing Hua Young. You know, this is your unit, your signature unit, and you're going to play it no matter what. Kind of cool with that. And then niche, I just explained that. And not good or only used one way. I think a good example of this. Actually, I was leaning towards Dark Corvus. It's not that he's not good, it's just that the only way he has played is into Guild Wars, though I have heard with Warfare set now, he's starting to see some niche or some uses in RTA, but it's kind of a personal choice to build this guy RTA capable. Yeah, see, Cookie was saying the same thing to me earlier, Toasters. He's so much better now, but you know, before Warfare set, he was only used one way, and that's Guild Wars, but now with Warfare set, I think as a personal choice, you can build this unit and try to force him. He's not meta. These two columns are meta, but he can be used. All right. Onward and upward. Tywin's a personal choice unit. There's just better options to debuffs right now. And if you're like, who's a better option for debuffs? How about... Where are you, girl? Why am right here? Right? Why use this when you can use this and also do damage and reset skills? So yeah, I don't know. I guess he does have his stuns and everything, but just I think Dilibet's a much better answer for that. I think in this day and age, if you don't have a belly and you're trolling, yes, it should be Trix. I think week 3 was the last time you were able to use it Farmola. Yeah, I don't think anybody will argue with this one. If it's one of the most commonly banned units in the game, there's a reason for that. I think Apoc's kind of a personal choice unit. You can make her work. She's pretty good at lower end, and she's a solid 4 or 5 pick if you just don't know what else to do, but there are probably better options. I wouldn't go so far as to call a girl solid. Arby's just niche, right? You only see Arby picked on 4 or 5, and it's when the opponent did something in such a way where Arby's just going to work, because normally he doesn't work. You pick him early, you're just going to get fucked by anti-rays. Or seal. or CR blocking. Archdemon, guys. Archdemon. Is she personal or is she just not good? Only really used one way? Discuss. Because I could go either direction on her. I think she's just not good. No, I mean, there's just so many other things to do what she does better. Now, where she is really good is a dual attack unit in PvE. She is wicked good in PvE. Niche, explain. Where are you picking her as a niche unit, Imperator? King Breeze says niche as well. I need to know the niche. Personal? She's either personal or not good. I think she's just not good, guys. See, user for Seal and Dark Dien's band. Luna. You guys think of a good doctoral level dissertation as to why you think Archdemon needs to be out of the D tier, and I'll listen to it. Until then, we're moving on. Architect Leica, same. People are like, but I kill all kinds of things with Architect Leica. Guys, if it's an ML5 unit, you can kill lots of things with it. There are very few ML5 units that suck everywhere, but she is not easy to build, and there's almost always a better option. So I'm just going to leave her there, guys. I'm going to leave her there. Her one use is Guild Wars, and you need to surgically remove a Setska, and there's lots of other ways to do that. Asshole Man Sorlane, I don't think anybody will argue with me about this one. Blood Moon Haste, man, how far did this guy fall? Wow, did he fall off? Anti-penetration just killed, or Penrez just killed this guy. Bossarunka, even though we're seeing Bossarunka getting, taking some L's lately, more things coming out that are stopping her, I think she is still one of the most important knights in the game. PvE and PvP. You can build her multiple ways, although the proof way really is the only way. People just haven't figured that out yet. She's top tier. I think Briar Witch is highly recommended, even for people that don't cleave. People that are just going to build her as a damage unit that's going to spam anti-raise. Because what are your other options? Hecate, a limited unit that you don't have. Sinful Angelica, a unit that you hope just doesn't die. I think Bri is a unit that just about everybody wants, and she fits the bill of you can first pick her. Bystander Hua, I think she's just solid use. I can't put her up top with these god tier units. I'm just gonna put her down here. Sea Loser Charles. I think Sea Loser Charles is probably one of the best units of the game. Do you guys know that he makes it so you can one shot at the A13 Asmakalis hunt? It's true. You can one shot Asmakalis. Sorry guys, I can't even put him in a personal choice, right? If you're choosing this guy, your choices suck, and you should not be trusted with an RTA draft. He is not a good unit, needs a buff. Commander Pavel, if you're cleaving and you've got Freerin on the team, he is one of the highest win rate units out there. He is freaking insane in his niche. This is a classic example of in his niche, he is S tier. Outside of his niche, he is D tier. First pick this unit and tell me he has got a super high win rate in RTA. That's what we mean by niche. Darth Zilcho, thank you for the sub, buddy. I appreciate you. 5 months, hells yeah. As weird as it sounds, I think Celos is just a choice unit now. I mean, there are just better options than Conqueror Lilies. She's really good if you can build her, but most people are going to go with faster openers anymore. I think he's just niche. He is super strong, but how often do you see this guy? He's just basically like, oh, they picked a shit ton of evasion. Fine, go to sleep. I think DDR is just niche. Changed my mind. Desert Jewel Basar is not very good. Is Disciplinary Prefect Arya solid use or personal choice, guys? I'm leaning towards solid use, but I'm leaning towards solid use, but maybe I'm giving too much credit. She is my most recently pulled unit, so I am not 100% sure that I am not overselling her. Arya has no use for players who don't play RTA. 99% of ML5 units fit that description. And if I try to do a good in RTA versus good in PvE list for ML5s, it would be a ridiculous tier list. So all I can do is try to explain that. When I make the video, when I go back and look at these charts you guys help me build, when I go back and look at, I will say things like, now if you don't care about RTA, this unit goes right down here. Hell, if you don't play RTA, she's down here. Okay, and so that's all I can do is kind of try to explain that, and some units like Conqueror Lilius, like if you play, if you don't care about RTA, you only care about PvE, this unit's up here. She is a god tier PvE, one of the best, most important ML5 PvE units out there, but she's not very good in RTA. So I can't really easily make a tier list when some things are S tier in one mode and D tier in another. All I can do is try to give an overall and explain it as we go. And it's going to be RTA slanted because ML5s are RTA slanted. Okay, so anyway, where were we? I'm just going to leave her an A. If you guys think I should pull her down, let me know. Senya. I mean, Senya is the very definition of niche, right? Oh, look what they're trying to do to me, Senya. that's her whole thing, right? She's a counter pick. Dragon King Sharoon, same thing. Oh, they're going to try to stun me. Get fucked. Empyrean Elenov, I'm going to put her right next to Balsarunka. Probably one of, if not the most, in fact, she might even be more important than Balsarunka now. Actually, because Boss has some PvE usages and Elenov doesn't, I'm going to still give Boss the crown, but she is right up there, guys. Ludwig. Hear me out. Ludwig's niche is you have an opener who can soul burn and multiple Tag of Hell's ancient books. I can't in good conscience do this. Have somebody say, well, Tristen said that this is a really good unit, so I'm going to pick it up. Okay, let me go watch somebody's guide on how to play this unit. What do you mean I got to have 5 Tag of Hell's ancient books and a unit who can go first and activate them? He needs a team built around him. He needs an opener. He needs lots of books. You need to know how to make sure there's no anti-soul units like this or this. I think he's niche. I think his niche is that he takes an insane amount of setup, and you have to be able to have the right units and the gear, and most importantly, the souls to make him work. He's not niche in the same way that Senya and Sharoon are niche, but he is definitely kind of niche. Agree? Disagree? I think it's a fair assessment. Just like I think Faithless Litica being trash is a fair assessment. You're fighting against people that do pop damage and you need a knight. If there's not pop damage, any other knight in the game, including a 3-star, is better. Arrowell. But if there's pop damage, Cecilia is better. If you need a knight. If there's pop damage, you don't really need a knight, Maid Chloe. So I think she's niche because her use cases are very, very specific and limited. FCC is when you can't get made. Yeah, there's another great niche. You can't get made. You need a knight instead of a healer when maid's available, or there's pop damage and you aren't going to use literally any other knight in the game. I think it's more than personal choice since you got to build an entire freaking team around them, but you could make an argument for either Elixir. I agree. And that's why I don't just post tier lists and say go nuts. I do videos and explain my reasoning behind it, and that's what I'll do with these as well. And I'll make that point. Is like you could consider him personal choice, but you got to realize, unlike these units that you can just slam in place and play them as personal choice, he requires multiple things. He requires souls. He requires draft knowledge to not get fucked up by these kind of things. He requires Tag of Hell's ancient book. And remember, new players are looking at tier lists, and those guys, they ain't exactly going to have a Library of Congress built up. So I'm going to leave him down here and explain why I've got him down there. Oh my god, it kills me to say so. I really want to just say this, but she's a good unit. New players, she can solve a lot of problems, right? She's an equalizer, and she's also very good in a lot of PvE. Good for defenses. She just belongs there as much as I hate it. Unit needs to die in a fire. Kidding. Lou is the most personal choice damn unit I've ever seen. I put FCC in B. I use her all the time in Guild War. Yeah, again, you don't use her all the time in Guild War. Use her all the time in Guild War versus specific situations where you need a knight who has anti-pop damage. If you don't need anti-pop damage, but you need a knight, you're not reaching for FCC. If you need anti-pop damage, but you don't need a knight, you're reaching for Maid Chloe. It's just a very, very specific window for her. That was a very valid tier addition. All right, Toaster. Judge Kisei is just not... She is solid. She is very good, but it's beyond a personal choice. It takes an insane level of gear to build this unit, so much so you're harming your other units. I just can't recommend her. If I put her up here, I make it seem like this is a viable build that you guys should try for if you like the unit. I think you sacrifice so much to be able to build this unit. It's just not worth it unless you're end game level. If you're end game level, you got 5, 6, 7 years under your belt, and you can afford to build this unit, she is really good, but she is not a new player friendly unit. Lady of the Scales. God, this unit's terrible. Nobody should build or use this unit. She is fundamentally awful. Don't you guys agree? Did I get you that time, Minotaur? Strongest unit in the game, bar none. Last Rider Crow. Oh, guys, remember this too, right? The ML5 tickets that you get from opening the platinum box, the diamond boxes, they could have Lady in it. But the selector ticket that you can buy with the glory coins, those only go up to ML Teu. So just be aware of that. Last Rider Crow. I think he's solid, guys. What do you guys think? I think in a world where there's so much AoE and his ability to reduce cooldowns, and the Crown of Glory, I think he has moved beyond personal choice to a very legitimate, solid knight, right? He gives immunity, he gives barriers. I think he's solid. Okay, I'm going to break a little bit with tradition here. Lionheart Sirmia is the most niche freaking unit out there, right? She works into a specific situation. But if I'm going to say Lionheart Sirmia is niche, I may as well say Belling is niche because Belling's anti-souls. Souls are the strongest aspect of the game. And counters and extra attacks are everywhere. They are legion. They are so common that you can't say it's niche when it's fucking everywhere. So, hell, even the unit that stops counters himself counters and activates Lionheart Sirmia. So I think she is one of the strongest units in the game, and that though her kit is niche, it's niche into something that is so fucking prevalent that she needs to be up top. And you're right, she is a new player killer. New players will make the mistake that she will capitalize on. So new players having this unit is a huge boon when they get started in PvP. Nope. Judge Kisei level. She takes really good gear, and even with really good gear, she's just hard to use. And these units with really good gear, you can use them. This unit with really good gear, you can try, but it's just not going to work. Bologna's insane. Anybody that hasn't fought Nodos lately, or anybody that's been struggling with Nodos, let me introduce you to Lone Crescent Bologna. Redheads for the win. This is if you're playing evasion comps. This is going to be a tough one, guys. This is going to be a really tough one. Maid Chloe. I can't in good conscience put Maid Chloe up here with Lady, Arunka, Ilanov, with these units. See, you guys are saying S. Are you really going to put her toe-to-toe with what's in that S tier? I think she is a high A tier unit, guys. I think she's a very high A tier unit. I don't think she's S tier. If we had like an A plus S minus tier, I would put her in it. But I just don't think she's there. I'd say FCC is one below Maid, not two. This is not two tiers below. She is one, FCC is one tier below. In her niche, FCC is A tier. Outside of her niche, she's not. Maid Chloe has no niche. She is a cleanser. She's a buffer. She's a razor. She's a healer. She stops pop damage. She has 5 different skills in one. FCC, she does skill null and she stops pop damage. Outside of that, every other knight in the game is better. It's 2 to 5. So yeah, that's why one's in the niche tier and the other's in the A tier. Martial artist Ken, he's got some, he's only got, this is the, not good, it's the only used one way. All right, only used one way. You use them to kill things that crit before they can do their second thing. Counter is speed on maid speed. Counter's just a very hard build for her. Yeah, nurse is down here, guys, and unavailable. No, there's no ML5s in the game in any way, shape, or form that give you access. The selector sure doesn't. The tickets sure don't. You can pick her up from Galaxy Summons. That's about it. ML Ken's buff, so he's immune to extra damage. We doing this? It's a 42% win rate, my friend. I'm not recommending this, guys. I'm not recommending this. I think this guy's is A tier in PvE and B tier everywhere else. I think there's just other places you can use Coeric. Is she niche when you need anti-crit, anti-pen, or is she personal choice? What do you guys think? Or is she just bad? I wouldn't go so far as to call this girl bad, you think? Go lower? Okay, guys. C's in the chat for niche, D's in the chat for bad. Or B if you really support Landy. The eyes, the smile, the rose-colored lips, the slender body. She claims to be all natural, the genuine article. And I must say, I agree. When I look at her, all I see is 320 pounds of precision sculpted robo-ass perfection, and her face, my face, will be her charging port tonight. Okay, we're seeing way more C, so I'm just going to let her chill out in the niche tier. I think it's fair. When you're picking her on 4 or 5. You remember that, huh? Friggin' Luca and Mashu, it was the first time I'd ever met them face to face. They had no idea that was coming. Luca was just like, okay, where were we? Luna. I think Luna's still top tier, guys. I think just for because you think Luna's only A. We're really going A on Luna. I still think Luna's insane. She's got multiple builds. You can first pick her. You can run her as a slow DPS. You can run her as an opener unit. She seals. She's one of the few units that can soul burn into a freaking DN. I think she's really good still. I know people are like, oh, she's not as fast as she used to be. My brother, this is the Luna that I use most often and win the most often with. Tell me she needs to be fast. I still think she's S, guys. Double S on her chest. Based. Operator Sigrid. Is OpSig personal choice? I think Initially, I was thinking Judge Kisei, Little Queen Charlotte level, but I talked to Cookie about this one, and I kind of agree with Cookie on this. These units just take insane gear and still kind of don't work. This unit with insane gear, you can at least take into Bossarunka, especially when you know there's going to be barriers up. I think she's good. Yeah, I think it's just exclamation point Landy on you. Fapton is definitely a labor of love. Remnant Violet, there's only one way to use Remnant Violet, and that one way is you are a man of infinite faith. Exclamation point Rylet. Okay, Recro. Okay, I think she's a niche unit too, because you only pick her 1 when you have an opener to activate her, and 2 when you need to reset the enemies. Outside of that, I don't really think she has that many uses in the game. So I'm next to Ludwig, right? Ruel of Light, the most punchable face in the game. Where are we putting this girl? I think we've got this nice even diagonal slide, and boop, she drops in right there. Ruel can be first picked. Ruel's insane in Arena. Ruel's insane in Guild War. Ruel's insane in RTA. I hate it, but she's S tier. And anybody that tells you she's not S tier does not have your best interests at heart. This guy is just anti-cleave, and I'm tempted to put him down here because he kind of sucks in that regard too, right? Is Balances on still anti-cleave enough to be considered niche, or do we send this guy to the dungeons? What do you think? Still good for anti-cleave, or just too easy to handle and he should be D? I still think, especially for newer players, they could get some use out of Mr. Ballsack and Cezanne and his ability to kill now after his buffs. I'm going to leave him in C, but he is teetering, right? He's teetering on the edge. But I'm looking at these units down here, and I can't rightly put him down here with these units. We'll leave him there in C. This is a personal choice unit. I think, like Lone Wolf Para, your personal choice is, you know what your personal choice for this personal choice unit is? Your personal choice for this personal choice unit is you want to use this personal choice unit, right? Is there any reason you would pick C Phantom Politis other than to use Teiyu on people? I mean, I know there is. You think she's A? You think CPP is A in this economy with how fast some of the openers have gotten? Okay, guys, A's or B's in chat. CPP, A's or B's? The A's have it. CPP gets a glow up. I'm leaving Teiyu down here, though. Actually, I'm not leaving Teiyu down here. Teiyu is down here for the same reason Ludwig is down here. You don't use this unit unless you are drafting him with a unit that can push things back reliably, like Zeo, like CPP. A ML5 that is entirely reliant on another ML5 is the most niche fucking thing I've ever seen. If you got to build a whole team around the kit, we're calling it niche. Well, DN, yeah, sure, DN, but DN's not available. You get what I'm saying. Silverblade, oh my god, this unit, I'm biased because this unit was one of my highest win rate units last year, but that was my choice. I'm thinking she might be B. I think a lot of her A usage last season was because of the warfare rule that let pop damage do even more damage. And we don't have that now. SBA is a personal choice. I don't know why it's cracking me up. SBA is a personal choice. unlike Bellion, unlike Lionheart Sirmia, anti-focus is not everywhere. It's not a core mechanic. So I'm putting her down here in niche, just like Death Dealer Ray is really good into evasion. She's really good into focus. I think she's just niche. I think she's just niche, guys. Says he's really good in Trial of the Constellations. That's about it. Saying this guy's a personal choice is right up there with saying these two, these three, these four personal choices. It's got to be one hell of a personal choice. Spectre Tenebria. Okay, you ready for the cook? Spectre Tenebria. This is what I was told. Okay, this is not my quote. This is a quote. Spectre Tenebria is actually one of the strongest units in the game right now because Notos is one of the strongest units in the game right now, and Spectre Tenebria can remain hidden while Notos is in domain. So you draft her with a whole bunch of tanky units Notos can't kill, and then when domain runs out, Spectre Tenebria just burns Notos and kills him and controls him with stun. The end. Is that cook or cope, guys? Is that cook or cope? But you know what? Even with that, it still fits the bill of only one good use, even if that's true. But that, yeah, wow, right, Fox? Wow. Look at Joe. Joe's like, oh my God. Yeah, her stealth is not a buff or a debuff. It's a passive. So in domain, she's still not targetable. So she can survive Notos as long as Notos doesn't kill all her friends, and then she can use her S3 to stun them, and while the domain is going on, you're building up souls, and she can just spam soul burns. It's actually kind of funny. So we'll move her up here just because of that funny ass tech. Did I get that from the 10A fan? No, but I'm going to tell it to him and he's going to like squeal and pee a little. Spirit Eye Celine is just insane. She's just so solid. You can pick her in 2, you can pick her in 1. She works with almost everything. She's a very good unit. Strays is still super strong. Rather slow for PvE, slow for Carleen Cleave with PvP, or fast. There are multiple ways to run this unit. The only reason he's not up here is because you can't really first pick him. So I'm going to stick him down here in strong. Probably, arguably, the one of, if not the hardest. I don't know. These two are kind of tied for hardest units in the game to build. And even after you build her, there's not a lot of places for her. I'm just going to put her down personal choice. I say Celine S. I'm not so sure I agree Celine S, guys. Again, look at this top tier. Does Celine really fight on level with these guys, or does Celine fight on level with these guys? I'm more leaning to where she is right now. Even though she is like one of my like best pipe swinging killers. In fact, I'll put her right here beside Celine. She requires insane gear, and that'll be part of when I make the video on this. That'll be part of what I explain. It's like she is A tier solid use, but takes great gear. Without the great gear, she's much harder to use. Top model Lulika has to be S tier. For me, I've been playing for 7 years. I've got like 40 pieces of gear that are over 20 speed. Top model is great for me. People like me don't go to look at tier lists to figure out who to pull. People who are starting this month are going to go to look at tier lists and they'll be like, oh, top model Luke is S tier, I'm going to grab her. And then they're going to go and say, okay, they say to build her with speed. Is 230 speed enough? Because that's the fastest I can make her with my level 85 and 78 gear. I can't in good conscience put her up there. I'm going to put her in solid use. And I'm going to explain I'm not putting her up here because some people will just look at the tier list and go from left to right and grab the units. So I'm going to put her down here so I can explain shit. Fisting your opponent is definitely a personal choice. Shu is the giant rat gun has a special place in my heart. We're putting Shu in solid use. And Yeah, Witch of the Mirror is just stupid strong. Just stupid strong. Yeah, there's no question. No question. Although he is not S tier for the veterans, I'm putting him up here. And do you know why I'm putting him up here? Anybody guess why I'm putting Zio in the top? Tell me why I'm putting Zio in the top. Everybody gets her for free. Everybody gets her for free. He guarantees first turn and has synergy with a limited unit that everybody gets for free. Are you really going to tell a new player who's going to try to get into guilds, who's going to try to get into guild wars, who's going to try to like do some early fights, that he's not going to get this limited unit's best friend? That's right. You don't have to S3. You can S1. Because if you S1, you know what happens when you S1 with Afternoon Soak Flan? Flan goes next, S3s, and then everybody cuts the enemy Harseti. Yeah. Zio is number one with a fucking bullet right now just because of the, what do they call this thing again? The, something radiance. Masturbating radiance, whatever they call that thing, the event that's coming up where we get the free units. Milestone of Radiance. That was close. Thank you, Beardy. All right, guys, this is my tier list for limited units. Does anybody see anybody that needs to be changed, moved, or repositioned? Harseti is damn close to being an S tier. I thought about it. But I'm not sure I'm ready to do it. There are just too many counters to her. I think she's just a solid A. Opsig, it's a personal choice. You think Vivian goes down? Vivian? Nah, ain't no way. Vivian too good. Rule down so less people have her. Based. Why isn't Arya in A? Arya. She is. She's an A. Oh, why is she an A? We could move her down, guys. Do you think... we went back and forth on this. Okay, A's or B's in chat for Arya. Is she a personal choice unit or is she a solid use unit? Let me know. A's and B's in chats. A, B, B... A, B, B, A, B, A, B, A. I think the A's have it, guys. We're already twice as many A's as B's. Very weird shape to this tier list. I don't think Briar's S may be A, just for her anti-raise capability in a world of Notoses, in a world of Aryas, world of Ruels, a world of Yulhas, a world of Maids. We're in a reviver meta. You don't want to take one of the only reviver tools away from people, because if they don't have Briar, who are they left with? Sinful Angelica. That's it. Who else stops revive? Oh, Hecate, but you can't pull her anymore. She is a She's a limited unit that's not available anymore. You're really going to say, oh, you got to deal with Revive? Well, Sinful Angelica on 3 is all you got, bitch. Briar on 3 I feel pretty good about. Sinful Angelica on 3, ugh. Yeah, exactly, Fat Hotshot, exactly. They can extinct with Tomica. Fair. They just got to build a really fast Tomica with lots of damage. Hecate's limited, Dark Soul, you can't get her anymore. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I guess we got one more. We got one more of these. I hate this one. Where is the Cecilia bot? Tier list. Artifacts. Artifacts. Artifacts we have to do different. We can't do SABC for artifacts, guys. Because, for example, Renok's artifact. What's that fucking thing called? Can't remember the damn name of it. Discreet hands, right? Discreet. If you have Renok, do you need discreet hands? Yeah. If you don't have Renok, do you need discreet hands? No. So it's really hard to say something's S tier and A tier when it's very, very specific to a unit, right? So instead of saying this is an S tier artifact, this is a B tier artifact, we're going to do it like this. We're going to say, first of all, not available, of course. Then we're going to say a don't need, don't need this artifact at all. And this one, we're going to say only need one. And this one will say need 1 to 2. And this one will say need 3+. Got it? Good. Let's do it this way. Okay, first filter, let's get rid of all the limited collab arties. Any other filters? Guess not. Okay. Little Queen's Huge Crown. This is an actual decent damage artifact. 16% extra damage and additional damage when you... it'll be too much if I do plus 30, plus 15 only, or how much you got to level. I'll just explain that when I make the... I'll be like, you only need one of this, and you only need it at plus 15. This one, you want 2 of them, but you want it at plus 30 each. You want 5 of these, but you only need them at plus 27. I'll explain it as I go. Otherwise, we'll have 10 fucking thousand tiers. Oh yeah, good point. Let's only deal with 5-star artifacts. That'll cut the list down. Little Queen's Huge Crown is an actually good damage dealing artifact, but there are so many good warrior artifacts, I don't think you need it. It's nice. You could definitely use it to help boost some damage, especially into berries, but you don't really need it. Ross is not available. Abyssal Crown, I don't think you need more than 2 of these. Do you guys? I don't think you need 3. You guys think we need 3 abyssals, or is 1 to 2 enough? 2, 1 to 2, 2's fine, 2's fine. Okay, I want a 3rd one. Misha, you only really need 1 of the. Actually, do we even need? Yeah, we 1's fine. 1's fine. 1 is fine. Alabastron, it's a PvE artifact. It's nice to have 1. Alensanok's Wrath, nobody fucking uses this garbage. Nobody uses this. Yeah, Misha does do crit damage over cap, but damage is just better than crit damage in almost every case. Alexa Basket, 1 to 2's fine. Right, RB wants it, and maybe Surin. I don't really think, who would you put a 3rd one on Berserk? I think those days are kind of over. I think 1 to 2 is fine. BBK, you could, but there's better options for BBK, let's be honest. Only need 1 Assassin's Pledge. That's Robino's artifact. This is Eligos's artifact. You definitely need 1 of these. Okay, Ancient Dragon Legacy. We need another column. Free, you know what? Free is not good. We're not going to do a free column because free belies the issue of, but how many of them do you want? Right? Sure, it's free, but you'll just have to figure that out. You get this one for free because you get from Mort. You get it from Mort. I'm just going to say you only need 1. That way when people get the free one, they're fine. Free would move G-Ross arty down. Well, G-Ross isn't an arty you can summon, so it's not available, period, end of story. I'm pretty sure... Saria came out after Setsuka, right? Saria came out after Setsuka. Right? Yeah, so this is not available. That's a guild artifact not available, guild artifact not available. I think you want 2 bloodstones. I think more than 2 is useless. 1 is enough, but 2 is ideal. Bastion's a good one. It's kind of like bloodstone. You can get away with 1, but 2 is nice. You only need 1 of these. 1 to 2 of these is nice. The thief version, I think it's a nice stat stick for new players. 1 is fine. Bloody Rose. I don't think you need this artifact. I think there's some niche places you can use Bloody Rose, but I don't think you need this artifact. Do you guys? Remember, when you type something in chat, I'm on a little bit of a delay. So if you're just typing 1, 2, 0, 3s, I'm probably not going to see it for about 6 or 7 seconds after. So you want to type in things like Bloody 1, Dragon Legacy or Legacy 2. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong tier. Thank you. I don't think it's really necessary. Oh my God, I messed up the tiers giga big time. Hang on. So this goes here. This goes to here. 1 and 1, none. Dragon Legacy, sure, 1. That's okay. Sorry. There we go. Thanks. Good catch. The not available was fucking me up. I use Bloody Rose for Zeo and Zeo alone. Yeah, and since most people have dropped effectiveness and gone damage, most people are putting them on a damage boosting soul artifact or literally on portrait to do some nuclear stuff. Border coin. I think this is kind of like Crown. It can be used, but there's just almost always some better options. It's not that it's a bad artifact, it's just it's not one you need. You're not using a selector on Border Coin, guys, unless you're trying to fill out a Pokédex. Broken Will the Priest is a pretty good pen artifact. Celestine, I think you only need 1. Everybody tells me you need 3 or 4 Celestines, and I don't get it. I've never, ever in my life needed more than 1. Do you guys disagree? Do you guys saying 2? 2 is nice, Minotauro. 2 space. Okay, we'll put it up in the 1 to 2 range. But yeah, I think 2 is not just luxury. I think 2 is just like, I don't like moving artifacts around for Guild Wars. Okay, this is not available. This is just rubbish. Don't need that. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible. You need 1 of these for Crow. Anybody see any reason why you want multiple Crown of Glories? Let me know in chat. Put glory and a reason. This is not available. 1 glory hole is fine. Hell yeah. Dark Blood Keeper is garbage. Garbage tier. Dingus Orb is garbage. Doctor's Bag 1 to 2. 1 to 2. I think more than that's kind of really being greedy. Some people say you need lots of these, and I listen to those people, and now I've got 3 of them, and I still only ever use 1. So, Durandal, you only need 1. Dux Noctis, you only need 1. Hey guys, I think we have our first. You need 3 or more of this artifact. Anybody think you don't need 3 or more Etika Scepter or Elbrus Ritual Swords? Yeah, I didn't think so. In fact, Etika Scepter is right there beside it. Definitely want multiples of that. I don't think Elysiac Candle's any good. I don't think you need it. Some people are like, but the defense break. There's just too many other options. I usually just use powder on limited artifacts, collaboration artifacts. I save them for collabs. But once you stock up a whole bunch, then you can use them on limited artifacts. But I'm not going to lie, I used a shit ton of powder on Renewed Will, and I never looked back. Which, by the way, you want 2 Renewed Wills. In a perfect world. This is not available. This is Ruiz's artifact, so it's definitely not available. I think Glowwings is trash and you don't need any. Goblet of Oath, I think you want 1 for Peyra and 1 for Flagbearer Sigrid, so 2 is ideal. Golden Rose, yeah, this was one that people used to have up here, but really, 2's plenty. 2's plenty. This is not available. Holy Sack, I think you want as many Holy Sacks you can get your hands on in a night meta like we're in. Yeah. Homage to... Oh my god, this artifact is damn near one of the worst in the game. You only really need 1 Idol's Cheer, and that's for Ruel. Indestructible Gators. Okay, guys. 1 or zeros in chat. Ones or zeros. Ones and zeros. Ones and zeros. I'm leaning towards 1, but what do you guys think? Ones and zeros. Gators. Okay. We'll leave it in ones. Iron Fan is definitely 0, though. So is Justice for All. Knowledge Seed. 1 to troll in Guild War or 0 because we're not trolling Guild War. Because that's literally its only use is trolling in Guild War. Okay, below this line right here. Below that line. 1s and 0s for Knowledge Seed. 1s and 0s for Knowledge Seed. Okay, you guys are trolling me. You're 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. Some people type 1 next. Fuck you. It's going in 1 just because you guys are being assholes. Even the first time chatter got a shot off at me. Okay. Friggin' tea time's terrible. Lethal Whispers. I think you only really need 1. It's really Setsuka only. You can't get that one. Manica and Control, you might say it's right up there with Black Hand of the Goddess, but the wait, I'm getting them backwards. Which one is the Mage one? This one's the Thief one, right? Yeah, I don't think the Thief one is any good. No. God damn it. I'm getting my artifacts confused. Hang on. Black Hand is the Mage. Then it's like this. The Thief one has a slight use on what's her name? Last Piece Corinne. The hit chance and everything. This one's not used by anybody. Yeah, exactly. Manica LPK, but this one's not used on anybody. Merciless Glutton, 1 to 2. The CR push to it is really nice. It's basically huge crown with a CR push when you kill. Realistically, you only need 1, but a second one's a luxury, so I'm going to leave it up here. Noble Oath, you definitely only need 1. I don't even think you need 1 anymore. This artifact had 1 use, and that was on Boss Arunca, and Charlotte sure shit all over that, didn't she? Yeah, Noble's Arunca, and Charlotte made Noble Oath useless because she's got 100% pen. Yeah, I literally, I think Oath might be down here now, guys. It might be down here now. But if I'm going to put Alabastron on you want 1, I'll put Noble Oath on you want 1. You never know what's going to happen down the road. Otherworldly, we cannot get. Proof of Love is horrible. Proof of Valor, can't get. Pure White Racism, you definitely need 1 of these. Rihanna and Luciella, man, this used to be the most sought-after element or artifact out there. Violence set in violence runes in an artifact, but it's just not used that much anymore. I think you only really need 1 RNL anymore. Rise of the Monarch, I think only need 1 Rise. Sealing, oh, this is Aki's artifact, so you can't get it. Rod of Amaryllis, people are going to tell me you need multiples of this one, and they're full of shit. This is only used in PvE, and you rarely take multiple Soul Weavers into PvE, and when you do, you rarely need double Amaryllis. I think it's fine down here just needing 1. You only need 1 of these for the Monkey Man. I think Sacred Tree Branch, God, what do you guys think about this? I think it's just ML Sharoon only, right? ML Sharoon only. This is the I accidentally made too many Proof of Valors and now I have to settle for second best. I don't think you need prayer beads. Just use Draco Plate, right? Just use Draco Plate or Proof of Valor or any one of a dozen better units. Scroll of Shadows is garbage. Seal of Capture you can't get anymore. Oh, we got another one, guys. I don't think there's any such thing as too many Secret Art Storm Swords. Agree, disagree? Yeah. Freaking awesome, Artie. That is Tactical Collies, so it's not going to be available. Ooh, guys, this was the one for the longest time, but is it really anymore? Is it really anymore with so many evasion arties out there? Shepherd of the Hollow, threes or 2s in chat. 3s or 2s. I really think it's 2 now. I don't think, I think there's so many evasion arties out there. I don't think you need that many shepherds anymore. There was a time when everybody wanted these. There's a time. Yeah, let's just go with 2. Shamadra staff. 1 is fine, 2 is luxury. Actually, I don't even think 2 is luxury. I think it's just 1. 2 is going to be ER stacking for some weird ass abyss floor. Scythe is definitely 3+, right? These are the big 5 right here. These are the freaking tags books of 5-star artifacts. You can just never have enough. Snow crystal. You don't even need 1. You don't even really need 1. Are we shit canning Snow Crystal? You know who Snow Crystal's kind of good on right now? Is Fat Cat. It's really good on Fat Cat. And Fat Cat's really good into Notos. So I'm just going to leave it here. Song of Stars, you get 1 for free and 1 is all you need. Spatiotemporal Fan. You don't really need 1, but it's a decent artifact. Spear of Purification. There was a time when having 2 of these was really nice for some arena techs, but that's kind of past. I think 1 is plenty for purification now. Don't you guys? Spear of a New Dawn, you only need 1. Who uses this artifact, guys? Who is the 1 unit that uses this artifact? Post wrong answers in chat. Spear of a New Dawn. Who uses this artifact? My man. Only unit in the game that uses this artifact. People that put it on this unit are trolling. And why are you wearing the 30 and... Oh. Oh. Anyway, I gotta move all my gear around later anyway. Where were we? Sphere of Inferno. Sphere of Garbage, more like it. Put that down there. Sphere of Sadism. Sphere of Garbage, more like it. Spirit's Breath. Spirit's Bad Breath. Okay, you know what? Maybe there are 1 or 2 people out there who are just mean-spirited people who still run Angel of Light Angelica, and for them, I will put it here. Stella Harpa, I think 1 to 2 is fine for Stella Harpa. It's really good on Rowana, and, you know, I think it's okay. It's not a bad one to have multiples of, but really predominantly you just need 1. But 2, you'll find a use for a second one. Sword of Autumn Eclipse. Nah, it's just, I think it's garbage, right? Yeah, it's garbage. Sword of Cycling Season, you can't get. Ezra, you can't get. Sword of Judgment is garbage. Sword of Summer Twilight. Ooh, this one's really good on Vildred. Is there any other thieves that do AoE that this would be good of? Do we just say 1, or is there any instance where you might want 2? I think you just want 1. Same with Sword of Winter Shadow. Just only really want 1 of this. Blue Rose, I think, is another contender for you want as many as you can get. Blue Rose for 3. Time Matter, you only need 1 of. Touch Me Rekos, only need 1 of that. Twilight Calamity, you don't need any of this garbage. Tyrant's Descent, okay, when are you guys going to argue with it? They just buffed it, and it's really good damage now because it damaged. You got to get like 4 debuffs on the enemy before it's better damage than Symbol of Unity. Like 5 debuffs before it's better damage than Portrait of the Saviors. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you want this artifact. Booberous Tooth, 1 to 2 is fine, right? I mean, who uses this? Hua Young, Peira. I think 2 is all you need. I think 2 is fine. Amiki. I mean, sure, you could, but I think in a real world, 2 is fine. 3 is uber luxury. Yeah, Aki's artifact is right down here. You can't pull it. He's not in the selector pool. Twilight or Umbral Keystone. There was a time when having 2 of these was kind of a freaking nice tech, but I still think in a modern era, 1 Umbral is plenty. You think 1 to 2? 1 to 2 for Umbral? Post it in chat, guys. 1 or 1-2. Post it in chat. Umbral 1, 1 Umbral, 1, 1, 1. Okay, we're leaving it. Unleashed Heavenly Mandate. It's one of those limited artifacts. Doesn't count. Unseen Observer. I think having 2 of these is really nice. It's free souls for a Soul Weaver, and the nice thing is it works at plus 15. You don't have to level this at all. It does all of its tricks at plus 15. Vict Flag is a guild artifact. Violet's Talisman. It's good to have 1 talisman. Warhorn is a guild artifact. Wings of Light and Shadow. And you only want 1 of those. And Wind Rider is, I think Wind Rider's a 3, guys. I really do. I don't think there's any world where you don't want as many fucking Wind Riders as you can get. Okay. There's our tier list. Anything need moved around? Anybody disagree with anything before we go to our final fucking tier list, and then I can go make dinner because this has gone on way longer than I wanted it to. Okay. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do the same metrics. You need 3 plus, need 1-2, need 1, don't need. And we are going to be considering this time limited artifacts. All right. Champion's Trophy. Ain't nobody need that shit, right? Nobody needs Champion. Setska should be 2. Tell me who uses Setska artifact that's not named Setska, and I'll move it up. Fire Kayron? Both Oddens be okay. You know what? Fine. I'll. People have said enough units. I'll go ahead and say 1 to 2 on Setska's already. Fair. Okay, where were we? Cure All Magic Galon's not available. Discreet Hands. You get this for free, but again, we said you want, you do want 1 of them, even though it's free. ML Setska. Look at you, Duplo, the ever hopeful. I think 1 to 2 Dracos is fine. If anybody thinks I'm very, very wrong in any of these, start screaming at me in chat and say, Draco plate, you need 50. Dreamlike Holiday, 2 of them's nice. 2 of them's comfy. I think 2 is fine for Nightmare. I think you only really need 1 Fan of Light and Dark. It's just an Ahmed tool. As good as Tori is, and you're going to get 1 for free, I don't think anybody cares about Feat of Criticism. This is Sigrid's artifact, and Sigrid's not in the banner, so you cannot pick this one. You can't get Glorious Throne. I don't think you need the 16 or 17 of this anymore, but I do still think you want at least 3. It's too important for a lot of Rangers out there, so I'm just going to leave this at the 3 plus. And I'll let you guys figure out and discuss amongst yourselves what that plus actually is. Feed is nice on, can be nice on Celine. Yeah, if you want to soul burn right out of the gate, but just put immunity on her or run her with a barrier unit, and then you can put an actual good artifact on Celine like Wind Rider. Hostess of the Banquet. I think 1 to 2 of this is nice. The damage and the stealth, BBK loves it. Moas you can't get. Bubble Maker, this is Festivitas, so you can still get this, so I think 2 Bubble Makers is fine, don't you guys? I think 2's good. Master of the can't get that one. Mature Sunglasses. Okay, hot take. I know it's Draco plate for knights, but I don't think anybody fucking uses it. There's too many good knights out there. You gonna put this on? Putting this on a knight is a great way to tell your friends that you don't have a better artifact. He's just right. I would see this on Mort, and I'd be like, this poor bastard doesn't have Holy Sack. There is only 1 unit in the game that uses this, and that is Blue Biblis, and Blue Biblis is not used in the game, so I'm going to say you don't need it. If you really want to build Biblis, this is to Biblis like this is to Renok. The difference is Renok's a real unit and Biblis isn't. I think 1 to 2 of this is plenty. 1 to 2 of this is plenty. I'm actually finding more uses for a second one of these, and I like it. Queen's Whistle is probably not available. We don't know where the cutoff is for the limited selectors, but I'm going to assume that Aram and Hua Young are not going to be selectable because they're going to want to sell the hell out of them in roughly a month and a half when the summer units rerun. So I'd expect Whistle and Summer Photo Jank to not be available. Strike is not available. Hecate's already not available. Veritas is not available. I think all the rest are in. Okay, so Rangar Special Drink. I think you only need one of these. I don't even really think you need it anymore, right? Is Setska before Aram? No, Setska is way after Aram. Setska is also not a limited unit, dude. Setska is a RGB. You can get Setska just by, you can go to a freaking Cov Summon and get her right now. Seductive Flower. I think you only need one Seductive Flower for Blooming Litica, right? Soul Constellation, you need as many of these as you can get. Fight me. This is kind of like a book for Soul Weavers, but not many Soul Weavers take advantage of this. I'm just gonna put it in 1 to 2 to be future-proof, you think? 1 to 2? I don't think you need 3 of it, dude. I've got 2 and I really only use 1. Tekali uses Seductive Flower. Interesting. I would put her on her own artifact big time. You want 2 of this because there's 2 units that need it to actually function, and not having this artifact just means you don't actually have those units, and that kind of sucks. Sweet Miracle, I think 2 is fine. Do you guys think 3 on Sweet Miracle or 2? There was a time when this was up here. I'm not sure it's there anymore. You think 3 or 2? 3 or 2? Post it in chat. 3s and 2s. Yeah, I think in a modern era, it's just 2 now, guys. It's fallen a little bit, right? Yeah, Maddie, it's fallen. I'm going to leave it in 2. I don't want to oversell a thing. People are going to be using selector tickets on this, and I don't want them to buy multiples of this and get all fuckered up. Dark Soul is very insistent that it's 3. Name the 3 units that use it, Dark Soul. Go. Name the 3 units you have that you would put this artifact on. DN's already, I think 2's fine. Laia Pera Luna, ML Luna. You're going to put a warrior artifact on a mage. Yup. Well done, Loki. That is a top tier cook. Wall of Order, you only need 1. Okay, guys, this is my limited artifact tier list. What do you guys think needs changed? Let me know right now. Solid list. Decor of Laia ML Pera. I don't think it's that good on ML Pera. Laia, I would buy it, but she's hard to use, and Decor, she's hard to use. I would put it on ML Shu and Mediator Queric before I put it on either of them. And nobody really uses Mediator Queric anymore. Guys, it's a tier list. It's an opinion. That's why every single creator out there makes these. Is so that you can see different people's opinions. I play Cleave and Aggro. You can have my opinion on it. You can go watch KHM for a tank down standard opinion on it. Everybody's going to put these out, and it's good that you gather multiple opinions and listen to what they have to say. And if we all agree on something, it's pretty fucking good. And if we completely disagree on something, listen to our reasons as to why, and then use your own brain case where you keep your seeing orbs and food taster and decide what is right for you. But this is my list. It is not the only list, but it is mine, and I like it. All right, guys, it's past 7. Oh my god, my family's gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna raid you guys off. Thank you so much for helping me build like 25 tier lists. I feel confident that I can now go in, make some videos on these, and have them spot out every couple of days. If you guys haven't watched it already, please go check out my latest video. It is everything in the update, covered in 30 minutes. I would really appreciate if you see something in this video that is inaccurate, it's incorrect, you shoot me a DM or put a comment in the comment section so I can do a pinned comment and notice about something being wrong with it, because it was an insane amount of data to cover and compress into 30 minutes. Pretty sure I got everything right, but it's possible I missed a step. So if you see something, let me know. Do you think Rise of the Monarch is 2? Nah, I think 1's plenty. There's just so many good knight artifacts, right? It's not that it's not worthy of having 2. It's just it's hard to think of 2 people to put it on. All right, guys, let's find a good happy place to raid you guys off to, and then I'm going to go make some food. Let's see who is streaming right now. Tapio, we haven't rated him in a long ass time. Wow, there's dead category, guys. We were holding it down over here. Spanish, Dutch, Derpy Woofles. Derpy Woofles. Okay, what are you on about? We're going to go say hi to Derpy Woofles. His name just got me. Everybody go give him a good awoo, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for Mola Monday and your last chance this month to roll something good in the heart of Orbis. Appreciate you guys being here. Sorry I've been AFK. I was on a business trip all last week and at a funeral this weekend. It's been a rough one for me, but we're back on schedule on Monday. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Take care, everybody. Big hype. Where's the start raid button? Where did it go? What the heck? My actual raid people button went away. It's just shaded out. We're stuck here forever, guys. Okay, hang on. Cancel raid, start raid. Why is it not giving me a countdown? Is he too new? He's too new. Guys, he's too new. If somebody is new, you can't raid into them unless they have added you to a friend list. Because, yeah, it's unfortunate. Let me see if I can do it with a command. Hang on. /raid. I forgot all about that from the days. DERPWOOFLES. Derpy, DERPY. Derpy Wolf's raid settings do not allow you to raid at this time. Unfortunate. I'm going to pop over to his chat and talk about it. A lot of new streamers don't know that. You have to go in, you have to plug your settings. That allows you to get raided because they're trying to protect new streamers from predatory people and bots, but it actually stifles their chat. So he's got to go into settings and fix that. Go say hi to Tapio. He is doing some RTA, and I will catch you guys next time. Appreciate you all. Cheers.